Okay. I just started the live stream, so we're now in a public session. I've set up several breakout rooms so that if the parties would like to discuss their matters before the trial, hopefully reaching a resolution, I will allow you that time. It's not something that is required, but is something that I believe is potentially beneficial to resolve matters rather than place it in my hands, because I will make a decision, and the decision that I make is going to be the decision that carries the case. The person that has the iPhone, it looks like you're in your car driving.
Yes.
What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Sherilyn Bridgewater with Hunter Ridge. I'm almost to the office.
Okay. I would, because you're technically breaking the law, and as a judge, I can't sit and allow you to do that. So pay attention to where you're going.
Okay.
And I will.
I'll log that in like 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. It looks like that the plaintiffs are here.
Okay.
So that may be something that when you get to where you are, that you and the plaintiff can be in a breakout room.
Okay.
But there's, I mean, I won't say it's unfortunate, but judges have been cautioned about the whole distracted driving law and Zoom call situation. So I just needed to bring that to your attention.
Okay, no problem. I'll log back in like in about 3 minutes.
Okay. So I'm gonna start calling the calendar. And when you hear your case call, please give the appropriate announcement. Position 1 is Maurice Downey.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Mr.
Right here.
Okay, I see you, Mr. Downey, versus S&J Truck Repair. Is there anyone here from S&J Truck Repair? It looks like there's a Joseph Todd that is listed as counsel. Okay. Now I'll come back to you, Mr. Downey. Position 2, LVNV Funding versus Rodney Bell.
Skip reading for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay. And is there anyone here on behalf of Rodney Bell? Okay. Position 3, Hawthorne 1 HOA versus Merle Solomon.
Yes, I'm here.
Daniel Green for plaintiff judge.
Okay. And your name, ma'am?
It's Merle J. Solomon.
Okay. And do you believe it would be beneficial to have a conference with Mr. Green prior to proceeding with the trial?
Yes, if you can work some discounts out with me. Yeah.
Your Honor, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I think that's kind of part of the issue.
Okay.
I certainly don't mind speaking to her, though.
Okay. And just so you know, Ms. Solomon, as a judge, I don't get involved in negotiations as it relates to resolving a matter.
Okay.
So I'm going to allow you and Mr. Green to speak. And if you can't reach an agreement, then it'll come back to me. But in the same manner, I'm not here as a person to kind of force a resolution anyway, either for or against either party.
Okay. Well, if I talk to him, the court fee, will it be taken off or no?
That's something that you will have to speak to him about. If it's through negotiation, if it comes to a trial and I rule against you, then the court fee will be included within that. Okay.
That's fine. I'll talk to him.
Okay. Position number 4, Richard Moore versus Hastings Enterprises.
Yes, I'm Jeffrey Ellis with the owner of Hastings Enterprises.
Tell me your name again, sir.
Jeffrey Ellis, Ellis.
Okay. Is Richard Moore present? Okay. Well, I'll come back to you, Mr. Ellis. There may be issues that you're going to have to decide upon.
Okay.
Position 5, TD Bank USA versus Francis Riggy. Is anyone here from TD Bank? Is anyone here from Francis Riggy?
Judge, sorry, Daniel Green for plaintiff.
Okay. There's a lawyer listed as Jamal Williams on Francis Riggy.
Yes, Judge, I think if we could continue that case I think we're in the midst of settling that one. So we're just requesting a continuance.
Okay. I will get you the date, but I'll continue it back to my calendar. So it should be 30 days.
Thank you.
Okay. Position number 6, we have Shantina and Jeremy Carson versus Hunters Ridge Mobile Home.
We're here.
And Miss.
I'm here. And my husband is here. Say something, Jay.
Yes, I saw both of you. And it looks like you told me the name, but I didn't write it down. But it looks like the attorney is back, or the person who's representing Hunter Ridge Mobile Home. Can you tell me your name again, ma'am? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm Sherilyn Bridgewater. I'm the property manager. Richard Taylor is the attorney.
It's a whole other staff. Look like it.
Mr. and Mrs. Carson, everything you say is heard by everybody, and it's going out. Hold on, and it's going out on the internet. So I would advise you to use your words carefully. Okay. Thank you. And you're the property manager, and you said there is an attorney, but I don't have an attorney listed.
Richard Taylor, he's actually the one that notified me this morning. That's why I was on in the car.
Okay.
I can give him a call.
No, I've dealt with Mr. Taylor. All right. So I'm gonna hold for Ms. Taylor to report. Finally, we have Michelle Woodby versus Rona Johnson.
Misha would be present.
Okay. Is Rona Johnson or Abdullah Bubakar present?
Yes. Yes, we're here.
Can you identify yourself, ma'am? It says Rona Audio.
It's Rona Adiri. I'm the parent of Abdullah Bubakar.
Okay. Do you believe, ma'am, it'll be beneficial to have a conversation with Ms. Woodby as it relates to trying to resolve this dispute before we have a trial?
We can proceed with the trial because my son didn't commit that act.
Well, that's for me to decide. You do understand that, correct? Hold on, Ms. Woodby.
Oh, no, I was speaking to my witness, my neighbor. That was it. No, but I agree. There's no need for us to have a mediation. We can speak right directly to you.
Okay, so there are going to be some issues that are involved as it relates to a Zoom situation. There's a concept in the law called the Rule of Sequestration, which means a witness doesn't get to sit and hear all the testimony and then opine or add or detract from the testimony that they give. So if you have a witness, that witness cannot be in earshot of anything that is being testified to.
So does she need to leave? Because it states at the bottom, it states if she was not voluntary, but she's voluntarily coming to, it states that I needed to submit documents if she wasn't, but she's voluntarily coming over to state what she witnessed. So does she need to leave?
Okay, so can you restate to me what I said to you?
No.
Okay, I'm going to explain it to you again, and I want you to listen, okay? The rule of sequestration states that a witness cannot be in earshot of whatever is being testified to.
Okay. So I'll call you when they ask for the witness. So yeah, you'll have to leave and then I'll call you. I'll text you to come back when he asks for the witness. Yes, sir. I understood.
Okay. All right. This is going to be the last hearing. This between Woodby and Johnson and Bubakar is going to be the last hearing. So I already see it's going to be some issues I'm going to have to work out and deal with between the two of you. So I'm not going to hold everybody up while we're dealing with those issues, okay? All right, so I'm going to place Mr. Green and Miss Solomon in breakout room 1. It's Bridgewater. You said you were trying to reach Mr. Taylor. I think you're still on mute. Mr. Breeden, which case are you here on?
I am here on the Rodney Bell case, Your Honor. LBNV funding versus Rodney Bell.
And Mr. Bell didn't appear. Let's see.
And his answer also admits the claim. So.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like there's only going to be one breakout room, and that's going to be between Mr. Green and Miss Solomon. So I am going to assign the two of you to that breakout room now. Well, before I do that, Mr. Green, let me address the issue with Mr. I believe it's Mr. Downey. You're in the magistrate courtroom also.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, I'm sorry. You're at home.
Yes, sir.
The gentleman next to Miss Solomon. Will you tell me your name again, sir?
Okay.
Jeffrey Ellis with Hastings Enterprises.
Okay. Mr. Ellis, the plaintiff has not appeared. Your case is going to be dismissed for warrant of prosecution. So you are going to be able to leave.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. So I'm going to place Miss Solomon and Mr. Green in the same room. I'm sorry. My list is not popping up. Okay, Miss Solomon, you're in breakout room 1. You should be able to see a link, an option to click on the link.
Okay.
Okay. If you click on that, that'll allow you and Mr. Green. There you go. The top. Mr. Breeden.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a situation where there's the defendant has not appeared. So I want you to present your evidence as it relates to what you believe should be afforded to your client.
Sure, Your Honor. Well, I officially will move to strike his answer and enter default judgment. The damages on this case are liquidated. It's a credit card case. We're seeking principal of $909.25. That amount, statement for that amount was attached to the complaint. In addition to that, we are seeking court costs in the amount of $100.
So you're seeking a total judgment of $1,995.
$1,009.25.
$9.25. Okay, so the request for the motion to strike, the answer will be granted, and you'll have a money judgment in that amount. I'm just going to need you to send me a proposed order and I'll sign it.
I'd be happy to do so, Your Honor. Do you want that submitted e-filed, or do you want me to email it someplace?
Email it to Mary.Moultrie, MOULTRIE at Clayton County, Georgia, ClaytonCountyGA.gov. She's my judicial assistant, and you can send that to me and we'll get it taken care of.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Downey.
Yes, sir.
The defendant has not appeared here today. So what are you requesting?
I'm requesting 15 grand for the 9 grand I gave him 9. Let me get my own paperwork to his receipts, because you have it too. I gave him $9,470.08 for repairs. And long story short, my heads needed fixing my truck. My mechanic wasn't available. But my mechanic diagnosed it, said my heads was blown. I needed my truck fixed right away. I went on the internet looking for a diesel mechanic near me. Mr. Steve, I called him, we talked about 30 minutes. He sounded like he knew what he was doing. I took my truck to him on July 10th for him to diagnose the truck. He called me on the 16th, told me the truck was ready. Told me the truck, the price went up by $2,300 and change. Told me it wasn't my heads. Told me it was my fuel cup. I never heard of fuel cups, but he's a mechanic. So I took his word on it. I paid him. The next day, which was Friday, the 17th, I picked up my truck, took it to pick up a load, and I went by 25 miles. All my coolant was going out the truck. I called him back. I said, I have to finish this load. I had to go to Texas and come back, but I need to bring my truck back so we could discuss why my truck is still losing coolant after I gave you $2,300 and change. And he said, bring it back. He said he gonna, oh my God. Hello? Oh man. Baby, the video gone.
Judge, since we got a little break here, I've settled the case with Mrs. Solomon, the Hawthorne HOA case.
Okay.
We'll be mailing her a consent. If we could just get a continuance, we'll get that hopefully in the mail and file it with the court.
Oh, okay. Send it to the agreement. We'll do a 30-day continuance on this.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We'll do a 30-day continuance, and I'll send it. If you send it to me, I can't see you, Mr. Green. I can see your phone.
I'm sorry, I'm here. Sorry about that.
So if you could just send the documentation to Mary.Moultrie at ClaytonCountyGA.gov, we can get it resolved.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You too. And Miss Solomon, I don't think she came back on.
I think she's out. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Downey.
Yes,
You
sir.
said you paid $2,000.
2,300 the first time, and he said he misdiagnosed it. He said the price of fixing it was gonna be $5,000. He said, but he gonna subtract the 23, which I got all the text messages I gave him to you. And I just have to pay 24. So on top of that, when he called me on August 28th, he told me my truck was ready. This is from July 10th, August 28th, he told me my truck ready, that it's gonna cost me an additional $5,000 on top of the 2,300 I gave him. So then I gave him that. I had to take out a title loan because I had to pay my mortgage. I had to pay everything because he took so long fixing my truck. I had to take a title loan out. I got my truck on August the 1st. On the 4th, it was broke down. And I text, I got all the text. If you want to go to the text, I got them numbered.
Mr. Downey, I want to hear your testimony.
Yes, okay. Mr. Steve, I took my truck to Mr. Steve J truck repair. And I gave him all that money. He did not fix my truck. I had took it to another mechanic that fixed it and paid them $10,000 to fix what Mr. Steve supposed to have fixed. I lost 2 contracts.
Mr. Downey,
Yes.
so far all you've established is that you're out of $9,470.80.
Right. So you want to hear?
This is Mr. Downey, they call it a windfall. This is not a situation where you were done wrong and you're entitled to a windfall because you were done wrong. You're entitled to be restored back to being whole.
Yes, sir.
Meaning at the point that you were the day before this happened.
Right.
Okay. So I don't need to hear, as I would say, the whole of the Oprah show. Or we'll say whatever these daytime people
right
be on TV. So you're entitled to the damages and the court costs, which at this point appears to be $9,470.80.
Yes, sir.
And $100 court costs.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That will be the order of the court. Is there anything else, Mr. Downey?
Do I go down to the courthouse and get the paperwork, or are you gonna email me? Or
it's gonna come to you in roughly about 10 days.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
But that's just a piece. It's gonna be a piece of paper saying that you're owed that. You're gonna have to do what you need to do and post judgment to try to collect on any monies that are owed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have
Will
a
I
good
be dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's turn to Ms. Carson versus Bridgewater. I'm sorry, versus Hunter Ridge Mobile Homes. Ms. Bridgewater, were you able to reach Mr. Downey? I mean, sorry, Ms. Taylor, sorry. You're still muted. You're still muted, ma'am.
Sorry about that. Yes, I did reach him. He was contacting me for a Shatina Hambrick. And I said, no, this is the Shatina Carson. So he said it had been pushed back to 1:30. So I don't know if these are the same people, two different last names or what.
My name is Shantina Carson, not
Carson?
That's,
Okay. So it's two different people. I'm not even sure if I've even met Miss Carson before.
Nah, it was a whole, that's what I was saying at the beginning. I think it's a different staff at the time. You guys are not the same staff it was when we were living there.
Oh, okay. Because I was like totally confused. I'm like, I don't know this person. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. When we left, we have our actual move out letter that said we was owed a deposit, so we didn't know what was going on. But I know we still had to report today, so I'm not for sure what's going on.
Okay. Can you guys see me? Because I can't see anyone. I didn't know.
Yeah, we can see you. We can see everybody.
Mr. and Mrs. Carson, I need you to turn your camera on.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is place the two of you in a breakout room.
Okay.
Miss Bridgewater, Miss Carson, and Miss Bridgewater, I'm going to ask you to contact Mr. Taylor so that you can all have a conversation that can potentially move this case to resolution. Because for the benefit of Mr. and Mrs. Carson, if there's a lawyer, Mr. Taylor, and I've dealt with Mr. Taylor a lot of times on dispossessory issues in court. I know that Mr. Taylor has the legal ability and knowledge to move this case to where it needs to go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna place you all in breakout room number 2.
So do we come back to you after?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And generally it's something where if you reach a resolution, you need to come back to me and tell me whatever's been decided so that I can at least write it down and memorialize it. And whatever moves forward from that.
All right.
Okay. So Miss Bridgewater and Mr. and Mrs. Carson, I'm going to place you in breakout room 2.
Sure. Okay.
You're going to get the link in a moment. Okay, so the two of you should have received the link. It looks like Miss Bridgewater's already moved in. There we go. All right. So now we're going to deal with Miss Woodby and Miss It says Johnson on the phone. I mean, not on the phone, but it says Johnson on my paperwork, but it looks like, is it Adeoye?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to swear you both in. Miss Adeoye.
Yes.
Are you intending to try to call any witnesses here today?
Not at all.
Okay. Miss Woodby, your witness has been removed. Is that correct?
Yes, I sent her back home.
Okay. And if she needs to get called in, she can log in.
Okay.
But I want the two of you to raise your right hand for me, please.
Okay.
You swear affirming the statements you make during this proceeding shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Woodby, can you just give me a 5-minute overview of
The morning,
of what your case is about?
the morning of May 18th, I went to check my mailbox. Going to check my mailbox, I saw my vehicle had been vandalized. I saw a wave of scratch from the driver's side to the back door on the driver's side, and then on the hood of the car on the driver's side, it's like a square, a squiggly line. That was the morning of checking my mailbox. So I went in, I have a Ring system that records my driveway, my front door, and my back. So I went to review my Ring camera to see what happened. Upon reviewing my Ring camera, roughly the night before the 17th, around between 9 and like 9:30ish, you see a gentleman come between my vehicle, because it was another vehicle in my driveway at the time. You see him go down, then you see him come back. And then when he comes back the second time, you see him key my car. And then before he drives off, you see him scratch the hood of the car and run. So I called the police, got my police report, advised that my vehicle was vandalized by a young gentleman that I seen in the neighborhood, because he fit the description. It's not that we have young gentlemen in our neighborhood, but none of his tall stature and broad shoulders. So I could tell that it was him because I seen him in the neighborhood before. So I, on my way home from work, I saw him and some of his friends playing basketball. And so when I went to ask him to speak to his mother, because I wanted her to see it, he said his mother was asleep. And I said, well, let me speak to her. So he tries to take me to another house that is not his. And one of his friends that he was communicating with at the basketball, he said, I'm taking her to my house. And he was like, you don't live there, you live over there. So one of his friends playing basketball told me the address where he lived at. So I went to the house, rang the doorbell, no one answered. So I assumed she was asleep because that's what he said. So 3 minutes later, while I was just waiting, he came, he goes in the house and nothing happens. He comes back out and he goes and plays basketball. So that's when I called for my second police report to advise that I had the physical address of the juvenile that vandalized my vehicle. And that's when the 911 operator advised me, since I had the address, to go back to my property and she would send a police car to my house. They came, they reviewed the video camera, they saw my vehicle, because this is the first time they actually came, because the first was just a call to report. So the second time they come, they get the report, they get the address and the video, and they go to the plaintiff's, the victim, the defendant's house. I don't know what happened. I go get my police report a few days later, and then off the police report, it states that the mother was coming to my house to rectify the issue. So she was coming to make it right. She does advise of his mental illness, but it does state that she was coming to my house to rectify. So rectify to me means make correct or return back to how it is. So she took blame then. I never heard anything. I've never seen her. She never came to say, ma'am, I don't think that's my son in the vehicle, until I went and filed charges because I hadn't heard anything. I was waiting on her. It's COVID. I understood, hey, it's a rough time. So I just gave it some time, and I was like, okay, I'm still driving around with my vehicle keyed. So I went and filed my complaint in November, and then I got another letter saying that it wasn't her son. But on the 18th, she said it was. So I don't understand. So that's why we're here.
So what actions were taken by law enforcement?
So that the officer had asked me if I wanted to press charges. I didn't want to press charges. He's a young African-American man. That's the last thing I wanted, because I have a young man myself.
Okay, can I speak?
No, stop. Miss Adeoye, this is a court. Okay, you're gonna get your opportunity to speak about whatever you want to speak, but I can only listen to one person at a time. Do you understand that, ma'am? I need to hear a yes or a no.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Miss Woodby.
So the police officer did ask, and as it states in the notes on the police report, I, as the victim, did not want to press charges. I just wanted his mom to be aware that her son was going around vandalizing vehicles and to take ownership and pay back for the damages to my vehicle. So no, they did give me that opportunity, and I denied it. I didn't want that to happen to him. He has mental illness. Why would I do that?
How old is the young man?
From what his friend that pointed to me to his house said, he was 14. I don't know.
Okay. And is that what you want to tell me, Miss Woodby?
Yes. And my witness was on her porch and saw the same thing, saw him come in between my vehicle. And she came, so how that happened, after she said she saw him, and then when she saw the police came, she said she didn't know what he did, but she can testify that she did see him running between my vehicle because she was on her porch. But she, at the night when it happened, she said she didn't know what he had done because she couldn't see anything, but she did see him run in between my vehicle and leave.
Is there any relationship between anyone in your house or family and this young man?
No, sir. It's just me and my 2-year-old son. I work from home, but no, sir, I don't know him.
Okay. Miss Adeoye, now you can tell me whatever you want to tell me.
First of all, my son do not come out in the night. So for anybody to accuse my son wrongfully should be held responsible on their end, because my son never keyed her car. He never even scratched her car. Now, whatever you have on your camera system, it might show a boy scratching your car, but you cannot prove that that was my son's face. Okay? There's a lot of kids in the neighborhood, but you cannot just point out that it was my son. There's no face on that video.
Hold on one second. Did you review the video?
Yes.
And you do not believe it was your son?
It was not my son. There's a lot of boys that look like him. There's a lot of high school, middle school kids that are in the neighborhood. And you cannot visually see on the recording the child's face. You cannot see the face. You cannot see that it was my son.
Hold on. Is there anything else, Miss Adeoye? Is that somebody on like a phone or something?
That's my mother. She was a part of the whole situation when officers came out to my home. So she was talking.
This is not proper. I see you got your kids, you got your mother there. I understand. Okay. What jurisdiction? Meaning what police precinct?
Clayton County? Is that what you're asking? Clayton County?
Yes, it has to be Clayton County, but can you tell me where in Clayton County?
Well, I don't know the actual police precinct. Would that be on my report somewhere?
What?
I just doubt now.
Jonesboro, Lake City, Morrow, where? Lovejoy. Okay.
Yes.
I was on the phone with the police chief from Lovejoy yesterday. And I'm going to continue this case for 30 days. I'm going to contact Chief Gaddis, and I'm going to have them to contact you, Miss Woodby, about the video. And I'm going to ask you to give the video over to Lovejoy for their CID to look at it.
Okay.
And I would stop if this young man is the person that did it. He needs to be prosecuted. I do not play with this. I know it's like, oh, I want that. No, nope. You're gonna be prosecuted. If you did something wrong, you're gonna be prosecuted. If it seems like from what you've said that you tried to rectify the situation with Miss Adeoye, and she said, that ain't my son. Well, we're gonna get CID to look at it. And if that's the son, he's gonna be prosecuted. If not, then this goes away.
You go to jail, Mom? That's what they mean.
Are we clear? Because this is a matter that I hear what you're saying, Ms. Woodby, about you thought that this young man may have done something wrong, and you didn't feel like that this young man should be prosecuted, but you're coming into court and essentially prosecuting the young man.
Okay.
If this young man did this, he will be prosecuted, and the parents will be responsible for paying damages as to whatever was done. If this is not the young man, then the parents will not be in a position of being responsible. I don't know the young man. I would probably not be able to pick it out. As a judge, I'm not an investigator, but I do believe that right is right and wrong is wrong. So this case is going to be continued for 30 days. I'm going to contact Chief Gaddis, and if your son is the person that's in the video, ma'am, he's going to be prosecuted. If he's not going to be prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can say. If you believe that he may or could be the person, you may want to try to resolve the matter before he gets prosecuted. If not, he's going to be prosecuted, and that's going to be a decision that you made. But I would like to tell you, ma'am, since we started this here, and you've been drinking that water like it's the last thing on earth.
I have to.
Okay.
I mean, I have to. I mean, did you not see me take my medication?
Ma'am.
No, did you not see me take my medication?
I've seen you drinking water.
But I took my medication. Go get that medication. It's right here. It's right here. Did you not see me take my medication right here?
Ma'am, how does that matter?
No, you asked me why was I drinking so much water? Because I have to take it with my medicine.
Your response was, did you not see me take my medication? Your response was not, I'm drinking the water, Judge, because I've just taken my medication.
Yeah, that's what I said. I took my medication.
No, ma'am. You said, did you not see me take my medication? That's what you said.
Well, my apologies. I didn't mean to say it that way.
Well, ma'am, I'm telling you that you should be really certain that your child was not the child in that picture. Because if that is your child and the CID determines that your child is going to be prosecuted. And I'm gonna call and I'm gonna make certain that they look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this woman's car was keyed by your child, you're responsible. If you want to try to shirk it off, that's fine. but you're going to shirk it off on the shoulders of your child. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. It's your child and it's your life.
My son didn't do it. You can't see the child's face on the video. Oh, he was wrongfully accused. There's a lot of kids that could have did. You can't just point out it's my son. It was in the night. You can't even see his face. How can you prosecute anybody when you doesn't even see the child's face on the video? You can even look at the cameras. You did not see the child's face at all.
I understand. And there are innocent people in jail and there are guilty people walking the streets. That's just the way the criminal justice system works. So I'm not trying to place your child in jail. But if this woman's car was vandalized, and if she has the proof that she believes that supports the fact that your child vandalized the car, then she should be made whole. If she is wrong, the police will not charge your child. And so this case goes away. So I'm not trying to be for or against anyone, but I do believe that right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay. So I'm gonna have this case continue for 30 days, come back to my calendar. And I'm going to contact Chief Gaddis and I'm going to give him your contact information, Ms. Woodby, and he will assign it to an appropriate person to look into it. Because she is right. Miss Adeoye is right. If her child didn't do this, she's not responsible.
You're right, sir, but she did also inform the police. So if not, she said she would rectify. So she lied to the police then.
There's no report that I said that. That's not in the report.
It's in the police report.
Stop. Both of you stop. I'm not here to litigate that issue. That is something that is going to be referred over to the law enforcement authority.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
To deal with. So, Ms. Adeoye, do you have any questions about what I've decided here today?
You just want her to submit the video to the police department to verify if it was my son or not?
Well, I'm going to have them contact her to conduct a proper investigation.
Okay.
And whatever comes out of that is what comes out of it. I'm not saying your son did it, and I'm not saying that Miss Woodby is wrong. I'm saying that this should have been a matter that was properly investigated. And Miss Woodby, maybe that's a matter for you to understand in the future. I don't want to see anybody in custody. I don't want to see anybody in harm, but I don't have the power of Thanos to snap my fingers and then everything gets turned into the way it's supposed to be. But things have to be done in a proper manner.
Correct.
Okay.
I have a question, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
If my son committed a crime, why didn't the police prosecute him then?
Well, so
it's not funny. I'm asking a question. It's not funny.
No. And I was going to respond to your question. That's a totally legitimate question. Police officers, by and large, they don't put on a badge because they want to go place people in jail and in custody. And they would prefer for people to resolve their disputes with not having to have law enforcement contacted. So if a person says, I don't want to prosecute, police officers happy to do that. Because again, and I get waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning when there are emergency situations and I have conversations with a lot of law enforcement officers. They don't want to place people in jail. So if Ms. Woodby said, I don't want to see this person prosecuted, they're happy with that, because that's not what they're trying to do. So I'll stop at that, and that's the answer that I can give to your question. Because the police have discretion. They don't have to arrest people. Sometimes they feel like they have to, especially in situations where there's violence involved. But they would prefer to not be in the middle of this kind of stuff. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So this is going to be continued for 30 days. I'm going to reach out to Chief Gaddis this morning. And do you have, what's your incident report, Ms. Woodby?
Scoot over. Don't let me tell you again.
Would that be the case number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it is 210-289-37.
210-289-37.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your proper name is Michelle Woodby?
Yes, sir. Michelle would be.
Michelle. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Miss Adioe, I saw two of your sons. You have handsome young men.
I can come. Come. Can you chew?
How are you doing, young man?
Good.
How old are you?
Good.
You're 3?
No, I said it.
He what did he say? He said 7?
Yeah.
3? 7.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do in life?
What
What do you want to do?
I want to go be a police officer.
He said a police officer.
That's a good profession.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you go through your life. You want to make your mother proud.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I saw another young man stick his head over.
Don't get
Uh-oh,
up.
now he's uh-oh.
Get into the camera. You're embarrassing. I'm not gonna take you to the basketball on Friday.
So listen, you all, I would hope you're gonna live a life that's gonna make your mother proud. And you can do whatever what you choose to accomplish in life. You just got to apply yourself, and you got to do the right thing. I know I'm an old man now, so, but I do believe that children are a wonderful gift in life, and your mother is a lovely person, and I want you all to try to live your life to make your mother proud. Can you promise an old man that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So that's going to conclude this session with the the result. This case is going to be continued for 30 days. I'm gonna reach out to Chief Gaddis, and you're probably gonna get a call from one of his lieutenants, Miss Woodby. Okay.
No problem. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You do the same.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mom, get ready for you.
How you do it, Samantha?
Get a press here. Wait, hold on.
I'll remove you. Okay. Sorry about that, Miss Bridgewater. Were you and the Carsons? Can the Carsons come back on?
We're back.
Okay. So what's the result of your conversation?
Well, we really didn't discuss a resolution. She kind of, I guess she was talking to somebody and then she pulled up what we have on her computer and she said she seen our move out inspection. Then she read off something else from that. She said that somebody went in behind the other lady, but we didn't sign off.
Hold on 1 second, Ms. Carson. I first want to know the result of the conversation, not the conversation.
Oh, there was no result. She said that she was just gonna come back to this room. I don't know her name. She's up the top, but she said we were just gonna come back to the room. There was no result on anything.
Okay, so there's no resolution.
No, we didn't talk about one.
Okay, Miss Bridgewater, you're muted, man.
I'm sorry. Ultimately, I told them that I would let you make the decision in this matter because at the time of their move out, I wasn't here. Based off of what she did present in her move out inspection, everything was labeled good all the way down, and the signature was signed by a leasing professional, Jennifer O. I'm not sure who that is either. With that stated, I show where someone else went into the home right after she moved out to conduct another walkthrough, and that's where I see the charges. So I don't know why it wasn't labeled on the move out inspection, but I see where it was cleaning charges, replace panel, trim repair, clean walls, front door jamb, animal urine in the back of the room, vinyl replace, back bedroom from pet urine. And those charges had come up to $2,397. And I see that the total owed by tenant was $1,547.22. But based off the evidence that she is presenting, it does show where the leasing professional, she did sign off on the move out inspection.
And doesn't that carry the day?
Yes, sir.
So it sounds like they're entitled to their money back.
Yeah, I agree based off of the thing, but I just wanted to come and, share the information with you because like I explained to her, I wasn't present at that time.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm just gonna ask a real simple question.
Okay.
Why don't they just get their money?
Honestly, this is my first time looking into her case as to this paperwork, to the things that I'm seeing today. I'm not sure. I don't know if she remembers a Val. That was the property manager. I've never met her.
Honestly,
Hold, stop.
I'm just gonna say.
Stop,
I'm
Miss
sorry.
Carson. No, stop,
Okay.
Miss Carson. I'm having a conversation with Miss Bridgewater right now.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna say nothing bad. I'm sorry, but I'll be quiet.
No, Miss Bridgewater, it's.
But look at she presented.
I'll say this: life is easy. We as human beings make it hard.
Agree.
If there's documentation that shows on the date of move out that
Everything was good.
it's in my opinion, it's just poor form to go back and try to nitpick.
Agreed.
There's I go purchase a car and I agree to make payments in monthly installments, and then 2 days later I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. And I'm still driving the car. That's poor form.
Agreed.
Can this be a consent judgment?
Sure.
Well, I'm not trying to break your arm. I'm just saying.
No.
It doesn't appear, and I appreciate your being straightforward with me. Doesn't appear like this is a situation that this is really complicated. With the fact that they're filing a court case, it just entitles them to more money from your company. And your company could have just paid them and been done with it. But I know it wasn't you. And I'm not saying it was you. So I'm not placing you in that category. Okay, Ms. Carson, what is it that you are asking? There is a counterclaim that was filed.
And that counterclaim, I believe that counterclaim had my name on it. Do you see that?
Well, I can pull it up, but I see I'm just working off of like smaller document.
Are you able, will it take you a long time to pull it up, or is it work to pull it up?
No. Well, I mean, it takes a minute because the system works sort of slowly.
Oh, okay.
But I am.
But yeah, we are seeking the amount that I put on the letter. I'm trying to find it because she right. It's been I found this thing last year. But are you able to see the amount, sir? I'm not trying to be unprofessional, but are you able to see the amount?
But no, I can pull it up, and you're not being oppositional.
And thank you. I'm glad we don't have to go. And I'm saying this out loud. I know it's been recorded. I'm just happy that this case is finally over with.
Okay.
What was that noise?
That's the system that we're using. I think it's over 30 years old.
IBM.
No, it's called CPU-8, but it's so old that it's like a black screen with the green lettering on it. Like when I was in elementary school, like that kind of thing. So you're gonna hear some noises as it, which I don't know why it does it, but it does that.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to help out.
Ms. Carson, we can still hear you.
Oh, I know I'm not on mute. I said I was trying to help. I was trying to. But I know. I didn't curse or anything. I know. Let me feel
No,
like
no, you did not curse, and thank you for not cursing.
you're not gonna give me no fire. No, sir.
So on your statement of claim, it says you're asking for $865 plus $500 interest, which prejudgment interest is not something that you can claim unless that was something that you contracted with.
Okay. So we just basically get our deposit back, and that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So it'll be $865 plus $100 court costs. So it'll be a total of $965.
Okay.
Miss Bridgewater, I know you don't have a dog in the fight, but do you contest that amount?
Yes, with the counterclaim, I believe that's what this had something to do with, the cleaning and replacing panels. I think that's where that came in at. But as far as what is due to her, it's owed based off paperwork. It really is. I can't argue with that.
Yeah, the counterclaim, I don't think would be valid under these circumstances.
Okay.
Because it basically, the reason that she's getting a judgment is because person signed off on it and said that it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you can come in after the fact and then say, well, it wasn't fine and we actually want this.
I honestly, I totally agree. That's not how I would have done things, but I agree with you.
I try to be fair.
Mhm.
I try to treat people the way I would want to be treated.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Carson, that's going to be the ruling of the court: $865 in principal and $100 court costs.
Okay.
It's going to take about 10 days to get this stuff all processed in the system.
Okay.
I would, Ms. Bridgewater, let your company know that
I will.
this judgment is there, and it, to me, it's probably like they would say, it's a rounding error for this amount of money, and they can just write a check and be done with it.
Agree.
Or Mr. and Mrs. Carson may be on an apartment complex. Okay, is there anything else that I can do for either party?
No.
No, not a, well, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got something to say?
Oh, I was just saying, no, I'm clear.
Okay. And the only question I have to ask, so basically I don't have to worry about them trying to hit our credit, because credit is everything nowadays. So I don't have to worry about Hunter Ridge trying to say we owe them anything, correct?
I can't say that you can't be concerned or worried about that, but I can say that if they do something or place something on your credit after this judgment, that you will have the ability to sue them for that.
Okay. Okay. Well, you said 10 calendar days and it'll come to our address, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Well, it was great meeting both of you. I hope, or all of you, I hope everyone has a great day.
You too.
Same
Okay.
to you.
Goodbye.
Do I push leave or something?
No, I'm gonna remove you.
Oh.
Miss Kidwell, hold on.